Welcome to What America's Thinking for Tuesday, November 19th. I'm Jamal Simmons. Here's the latest news on public opinion. Yesterday, Chick-fil-A announced they stopped funding two Christian charities after feeling heat from LGBTQ activists in recent weeks. The charities, the Salvation Army and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, have a history of opposing same-sex marriage. The fast food company has faced some flack in the past, most notably when CEO Dan Cathy made public comments opposing same-sex marriage. Conservatives had a lot to say on Twitter. You should check it out. This comes after a White House announcement from earlier this month that proposed a rule to allow adoption agencies who refuse to place children with LGBTQ families to still collect federal dollars. While in office, President Barack Obama changed non-discrimination rules governing adoption agencies to expand the definition of the groups protected against this to include LGBTQ people. Trump's rule would undo that. We wanted to know what you think about this issue in a broader sense. So we asked, should adoption agencies be allowed to refuse services to same-sex couples? Our HarrisX Daily Poll found a vast majority of Americans, 72%, believe adoption agencies should not be allowed to refuse services to same-sex couples. Even 2/3 of GOP voters agree. So do 75% of Democrats and 73% of independents. I'm going to go through a few other issues here. What jumps out to me is that even though we have a lot of heat around these political arguments, there's a lot of agreement between Americans. We looked at a few other issues surrounding LGBTQ discrimination that are still not protected at the federal level. We looked specifically at health care. The Trump administration issued a rule that would expand healthcare workers' ability to refuse services on religious grounds. But our research says that is not in line with how most Americans think about it. We found 78% of Americans believe medical professionals should not be allowed to refuse services to LGBTQ people. That also includes 73% of Republicans. Another issue we took a look at was conversion therapy. Right now, there are some states that prohibit mental health practitioners from subjecting LGBTQ youth to conversion therapy practices. But 31 states currently have no laws against this. Again, the public thinks differently. 70% say conversion therapy services should not be offered to children who are younger than 18. It's not partisan. Majorities of all parties agree. And lastly, we looked at whether children under 18 should be able to have gender reassignment surgeries. The current law says no, but some transgender rights activists argue against it. Our research finds that Americans stand with the current law. 81% believe doctors should not be allowed to perform gender reassignment surgeries on children who are younger than 18. If we break this down by party, we find majorities of all parties are in agreement here too. This past summer, the House passed the Equality Act, a proposal that would protect LGBTQ people from discrimination in housing, the workplace, public accommodations, and more. And last month, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments on anti-LGBTQ discrimination. It's clear that most Americans have moved on what people used to call gay rights. Maybe there are religious differences and some ideological, but this research suggests the country is becoming more tolerant and willing to let adults live their own lives. Is there something the HarrisX poll isn't covering, but you think we ought to be taking a look at? Let us know in the comments or tweet us at HillTV Live using the hashtag WAT. See you soon. Thanks for watching What America's Thinking. As always, you can catch more great content from Hill TV by subscribing to the Hill's YouTube channel. Just click the bell so you know when new videos get posted. And head to thehill.com for all the latest political news. You can also find me at Jamal Simmons on Twitter and at Real Jamal Simmons on Facebook and Instagram. See you next time.